Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live in Lexington, everyone. Happy Halloween's coming up. Good to see you guys here on a Monday night. Thanks for dropping in for this Halloween special. We're going to go over the haunted items hunt and some other special stuff in the middle of the show. But for really quick, I've got somebody who's stopping in to bring me a special cocktail, and it is the Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. What do we have here, Johnny Blaze?
The obituary.
Just for you.
Gin, absinthe, herb saint, dry vermouth. Guilty.
Thank you so much. This will make the show even better. Let's take a taste and see what it tastes like. Wow, that is nice. Very herbaceous and very refreshing. Just what we need tonight. Let's do some quick shout outs. Special shout out to Melissa Begley, Chris Portoff, Charles Biggs, Carla Smith, Janice, Leanne, and Amber. How are you guys doing tonight? Hope everybody's okay. So tonight we're doing the haunted items hunt. And what I'm going to present is 9 items, 4 of which are haunted. And when we say haunted, what we're meaning is that the items have extra energy that they should not. Inanimate objects should not emanate an electromagnetic field unless they're set up with one through batteries or electricity or something like that. But so let's just say if this little lipstick pot had an EMF, it might be haunted because that should not be. So these items were found to be either with an EMF or producing some kind of activity next to them, be it a light anomaly or some kind of movement or things like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you twice the items that you need to focus on. And now 5 of these items are decoys. So you got to use your own intuition to figure out which are decoys and which are the haunted items. Now, so I'm going to show the video, and then I'm going to read you the history of spiritualism or mediumship as we kind of know it nowadays. And then I'm going to do this is kind of a snapshot of kind of messages that I get, and I want you guys to chime in. Like, this person sent me this message about this problem. I'm going to present it on here anonymously, and you guys are going to tell me what you think about, like, what do you think is going on? And see, how you troubleshoot a situation. Then we're going to watch a clip of the haunted items that I have at my own house. And then we're going to do the reveal. And now on the reveal video for the haunted items hunt, items that are haunted, the ones that are haunted will be on fire. Okay. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Happy Halloween to you guys. So on the reveal video, the ones that are on fire are the ones that are haunted. Okay. Now, real quick, I want to do kind of a promo on for my Patreon page. If you guys didn't know about my Patreon page, for $3 a month, you can get daily extended psychic and moon astrology forecasts that tell you how people are going to be acting, kind of the general energy for the day, what focus areas you need to hone in on. There's a hair cutting guide because some days are lucky and some days when you cut your hair, it brings on bad luck. And that's, that history goes way, way back. People followed the moon to plant and to cut hair and to, slaughter their animals and all those kinds of things. So, and there's something behind that. Also, on the Patreon page, I do snapshot readings for a select group of the Patreons. It's anonymously putting a little small reading out there so that, if it connects with you, and usually it connects with about 4 or 5 of the Patreons. And I kind of do that once a month. Now, on the tier 2 Patreon, they get online teaching for free. Those PDFs and videos are all on the teaching collections. The tier 3 people get the daily forecast, the online teaching, but they also get once a month a free live stream with me where they get to ask me any questions that they want. So let me show you. I tried to do this last Monday night, but I couldn't get the right um aspect, I guess. Couldn't get the right aspect. So let's see if I can do it this time. Nope, it's not going to let me. Oh well. So let's head out with the first video. I want you to really focus on the items, look at them, use your intuition, and let's go. Let's go with it. And let's get this show rolling. Let's see here. Okay, so those are the 9 items. If you want, I'd love for you to put in the comments which ones you think are haunted and which ones you think are not. And we'll play them again before we do the reveal. So let's go into and let's do the person that messaged in, because I want you to have plenty of time to think about what you would do with this situation or what you would suggest that they do. So this person writes in and they say that it's a male and they're having weird things happen to him. He says that around 1 a.m., he wakes up to a girl walking out of his side of the room, and she goes into the bathroom. He followed her once, thinking it was his wife. He turned on the light, and then she was gone. He saw her on a different day around 2 a.m., but he says she looked like a younger version of his wife, like exactly how she was when she was young. He says he wakes up thinking it's her, so he asks if she's okay, but when he looks on the bed, his actual wife is asleep. Now, so what would you do with that situation? Think about that. Give me a shout out in the comments and let me know what you think about that. So, Tara says, oh, hell no to those creepy religious dolls. Made me want to throw up. Interesting, Tara. What are your guesses about which ones are haunted and which ones are not? A special shout out to Ina, too. Good to see you tonight. Let's talk about spiritualism and mediumship and how it began. And I saw this the other day and I thought it was really interesting. And so I thought I wanted to share it with you guys on this Halloween season. Early spiritualism attracted some of the greatest scientists of the day, including physicist Marie Curie, Pierre Curie, the evolutionary biologist Alfred Russel Wallace, and the psychologist William James, all of whom believed that modern scientific methods, far from standing in opposition to the spiritual realm, could actually finally prove its existence. So, culturally prevalent was spiritualism at the time, and we're talking about late 1800s, early 1900s, that even skeptics and dabblers felt compelled to explore it. Mark Twain, Frederick Douglass, and Queen Victoria all attended seances. And although plenty of people declined to attend, so much as a single table turning, the movement was hard to avoid. In the span of 4 decades, according to one estimate, a new book on spiritualism was published roughly once a week. These included scientific seeming tomes purported to offer evidence of the afterlife, as well as wildly popular memoirs such as Evenings at Home in Spiritual Seance and Shadowland or Light from the Other Side. These are a few of the books that were written. Meanwhile, more than 100 American spiritualist periodicals were in regular circulation at the time, advertising public lectures and private seances in nearly 800 cities and towns across the country. Because spiritualism was so strongly rejected hierarchy and orthodoxy, it is difficult to say when or how it started. Plenty of scholars regard it as part of a larger religious effervescence that began in the early 19th century in the area of New York State that became known as the Burned Over District. Most accounts of spiritualism don't begin with great men or distant predecessors. They start with Little Women on the exact date of March 31st, 1848. On that night, as Emily, and I'm going to butcher this name, Midori Kawa she details in her new book, Out of the Shadows, 6 visionary Victorian women in search of a public voice. 2 sisters, 14-year-old Margaretta Fox and 11-year-old Kathryn, finally convinced some of their neighbors that an unsettling series of knockings and tappings in their home near the south shore of Lake Ontario was coming from the spirit world. Soon, the whole town of Hydesville, New York, was gripped by the mysterious noises that Maggie and Kate, as the Fox sisters were known, claimed that they were able to communicate with the maker of those noises, which they said was a spirit called Mr. Splitfoot from beyond the grave. kind of leans to me towards maybe that was something demonic, Mr. Splitfoot. Gotta wonder. The spirit answered their questions, first rapping back and respond with a simple yes or no, then using more complicated series of raps to indicate letters of the alphabet. In this manner, the spirit allegedly revealed that he had been murdered for money some 5 years previously and been buried in the cellar of the Fox's house. The revelation only further excited the residents of Wayne County, no strangers to new religious claims, since they had already welcomed the Shakers at Sodus Bay, witnessed the founding of Mormonism at Palmyra, and lately outlived the doomsday prophecies of the nearby Millerites. The Foxes then fled their haunted home, but the rapping followed the girls into other houses during the next few months, and their sensational story continued to spread. In the fall of 1849, 400 people gathered at the Corinthian Hall in nearby Rochester, where the Foxes demonstrated that they had advertised as the wonderful phenomena for a paying audience, the first of many for the next 40 years. William Lloyd Garrison and James Fenimore Cooper came for seances with the girls, and Horace Greeley and his wife, Mary, not only visited with the sisters, but boosted their celebrity in the Greeley's newspapers, including the New York Daily Tribune. So this would go on a cover of the spiritualist craze, as dozens and hundreds of them claimed that they too were capable of hearing spirit rapping. And with that, we're going to take a look at my personal haunted items at my home. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. I'm going to do some commentary while this plays. Well, maybe not. It may not, my microphone may not do it. So let's just cancel me out real quick and go straight for the video. Okay, so Ina wants to know what the clowns say. You can't really make it out. I Here's what happens is me and David are usually in the bedroom and we start to hear talking at the end of the hallway and it sounds muffled like this. That's what it sounds like. So we know we can hear them talking, but we can't, it's very muffled. We can't make out any kind of audible, words. It's just, it's like a conversation that's in a tin cup. Now, the I quit buying flour sifters because every time we bought one, it would disappear in that pantry, and they were all in the same place. So there is some portal in that specific area that I pointed to with the camera. So we're looking at, okay, so we got some people guessing on, it looks like everybody's agreeing on number 2 and number 9. And so shall we go to the reveal, or do let's show the preview one more time. So let's do the preview one more time and then we'll go to the reveal video, okay? Hang on just a second. I want to make sure that everybody sees the stuff if they're just now getting here. Okay, so we got some more guesses, 2, 3, 7, or 9. Also, before we go to the reveal video, the little scenario that I presented about the guy that's an apparition that looks like a younger version of his wife. What did you guys think of that? And what would you suggest that person do? Like, what would you pay for them to do, or what that might be? Let me go make sure I have the link. Right here. Ask her what method she has. Thank you, Leanne. David fixed my room up for me today. So Tara comments, speaking of tables, Carl Jung watched a table split in half in front of him, and that made him a lifelong believer of the mystical. You know what? It certainly would. Thank you, Jonathan. All right. Shall we go to the reveal? Let's go to the reveal. Here we go. Hang on. Okay. How did y'all do? I think you did pretty good because a lot of you guessed number 9 and a lot of you guessed number 6. And just so you know, when the videos are playing, it mutes my microphone, so I can't say anything while the videos are playing. So I would like to do a commentary on the video, and I might try that on a different night, but I wanted you guys to see all the details on the reveal and everything. Now, I'll tell you. So the peddlers malls that we went to were in Louisville, and number 6, I wanted so bad to take home with me. I wanted it so bad. But we were on the motorcycle and there wasn't enough room to put it in on the storage bin because I had gone and bought a couple sweaters from Walmart. So they took up my all my room. But number 6 was so hot, y'all. It was so hot and I wanted to take it home so bad, but I couldn't. And I think I know where it is. I may go back and get it if it is still there, but I'm thinking it probably won't be. So, one of the comments, Melissa said the guy that we were talking about the scenario earlier, he needs to perform a protective prayer and have a complete cleansing of his house. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And yes, Leon, one of the biggest problems that people have using their psychic ability is they don't go with their first impression and they second guess themselves. And when you second guess, that is when the conscious mind takes over and kind of knocks out all the intuition. So David, poor David has to live with all this. Our home is interesting at times. Being married to me is also interesting at times, indeed. And I am so glad that you guys tuned in tonight to watch the haunted items hunt with me. Um, and I will probably do a mini live stream from the front porch um, tomorrow for Halloween because we usually have like 175 trick or treaters, and some of them are so absolutely stinking cute. So Leanne, all you have to do is just write down immediately what you think of, and then, um, don't go back on it. Don't change it. Just write down immediately what you get, and then try not to talk yourself out of it. Thank you so much. Kisses from Kentucky, and I am so glad that you guys tuned in for tonight. And I'll see you from my front porch tomorrow evening, really quick. You guys have a happy Halloween. Bye, folks.